Hey there, welcome to day 18 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And today we're going to talk about growth mindset as a framework to set up our own growth process for the rest of the year. So what the heck is a growth mindset and how can we use it to grow in the coming year? Of course, it's got growth in and grow in the name. So it's probably a pretty good place to start when you come to looking at different frameworks and ways we can create a process that works for us. I would imagine we're going to incorporate some of these things into our process for sure going forward this year so that we make sure that we're growing each and every day. So what are some of the things that are included in a growth mindset? Either you have, and like people like to categorize everything, right? We either have a growth mindset, meaning we're learning and growing and embracing the world, or we're fixed. We're in a straight line, straight and narrow. We only look at certain things. We don't change our mind. We're not flexible, things like that. So growth mindset means that people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, meaning you have the ability to change and develop skills and abilities and traits and characteristics and goals and objectives. What if you choose to, right? Whether you think you can or think you can't. Thank you, Henry Ford. Either way, you're right. So that would be an example of a growth mindset. Love of learning. I'm going to share a couple of examples. I'm going to share a category, 7 different growth categories. For our action item today, we're going to think about these. And I'd like you to think about, let's say, your top 5 to 7 categories that you would like to think about or practices or beliefs you'd like to adopt going forward throughout this year. And then we'll see what everybody has to say and we'll incorporate some of those into our process. Just having a growth mindset, I don't think is enough to help us achieve our goals and objectives this year with respect to growing and growth. But maybe that's just me. I don't think that it's enough for me to do it. So let me know what you think about that as well. So love of learning is an example of someone with a growth mindset. Somebody who, we all know people like this, right? We know people that went to school and as soon as they graduated from high school, that was it. That's when they stopped learning. They never picked up another book. They never have gone on to learn new things or new skills. That's pretty rare nowadays, especially with the internet and so much information at our fingertips. It's pretty hard to not learn something new every single day. But some people don't like to learn, right? Some people don't like to change. Resilience is an example of a growth mindset. Knowing that we have to do things more than once in order to be successful. The first time we try something, it's pretty silly to think that the first time I ever try to play tennis, I'm going to be, a pro tennis player. The first time I ever try to make a recipe, it's probably not going to work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends how well the directions are. And it really depends how well I follow the directions. So resilience is important. Belief that intelligence can be developed. Guess what? We're all born super duper smart. It's just the world tells us we're stupid in different areas and asks us if we start to believe and adopt other people's belief about what we are or are not capable of. We embrace challenges and change. Effort is the path to mastery, right? Practice something over and over again until we figure it out and we make it our own and we become awesome and excellent at it. We learn from feedback. We're inspired by the success of other people. And we all know people that just totally inspire us because they have done something that we too want to do and achieve in our life. So what are 7 growth mindsets that we might want to consider adopting as we go forward in this year's challenge? Number 1, everything is possible, right? Absolutely everything and anything you choose or desire is possible. I say this as there's no such thing as can't because that's what I learned from my dad. My dad instilled in my sisters and I that there is no such thing as can't. Maybe you don't want to, maybe you shouldn't, maybe you choose not to, but there's very few things that we cannot do if we tweak our process and if we find a way to make them happen. Sometimes it's not us physically doing something, but it's us being the push and the passion behind something that we want to see accomplished in the world. Secondly, passion first, right? What do you love? Why are we spending any time and energy doing things that we hate? And how many of us do that? I spent years doing things that I didn't really like doing because I thought I should do them. Third, we're connected. We are all connected. You may or may not believe this. I personally believe that as human beings, we're all connected. So if you hurt somebody else, guess what? You're really just hurting yourself and you're hurting the whole of humanity. And I think we're all here to make the world a better place. I guess that would be a growth mindset, right? Making the world a better place. We are 100% accountable for ourselves, for our actions, our feelings, our emotions, our choices, our development or not, our growth or not. Nobody else is going to grow for us. Nobody else can do things for us. No one else can feel for us, right? Only we can experience life as we are uniquely here to experience it. I lost what number we are, probably 5. Attitude of gratitude. People with a growth mindset appreciate how far they've come, appreciate what is working in our lives, and create more of that. We also live to give. People that have a growth mindset know that you can give away everything, all of your knowledge, all of your wisdom, and it's just going to create more in the world, not less. I guess they have an abundance mindset, right? Versus a scarcity mindset. And then the time to do things is now. The only time we have to act is the present moment. A growth mindset reminds us that if I'm thinking about the past or worrying about the future, then I'm giving away my ability to change and act now. So let's think about those 7 things today. Do you agree with those statements or not? That will tell you to what degree you already have a growth mindset. And then think about and share in the comments below, do you want to develop your growth mindset going forward this year? I guess if you're participating in this challenge, the answer is probably yes, but I don't want to assume that because that's not necessarily true. And there might be some beliefs within us that conflict with, hey, I really, really, really want to grow in this area or aspect of my life, but I have this other goal and objective or belief about myself and my ability right now that's actually shutting that down on a subconscious level. And of course, we're going to deal with that this year repeatedly to knock those out so that there's nothing stopping us from growing. All right, that's it today. Any questions, hit me up. Of course, there's a write-up in the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group. You can go there, guide 2. There's a write-up, and I think it is, I didn't write down whose story it is today. I can't remember. I want to say Jennifer, but she might have been yesterday. I don't know. I lose track because we're doing a story a day to go along with the topic we're talking about, as well as a write-up and then the video, just to give you more information if you need it. If you don't need it, just run with the action item, because the point of this challenge is to do one thing every day to grow. It isn't to make it hard. Growth should be a natural process, right? All right, have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow.